So the Supreme Court, this was an 8-1 decision.
Shocking.
So what could be wrong?
Yeah, everything.
But the court is essentially saying that this woman, Childs, I think her name is, she wanted the right to do conversion therapy. And she said, this law is preventing me from doing it. It's just talk therapy. I'm just talking. Don't I have a free speech right to do this?
This is a Colorado law, which, like a number of states these days, has barred conversion therapy by professional practitioners, not religious practitioners. They can go right ahead. But professional practitioners, it's considered malpractice, and so has been made illegal in those states.
Yes, and the thing is, what these therapists, and they're really not therapists, want is the right to get reimbursed by Medicaid and things like that, third-party reimbursement. They can still do this. They have the right to do as long as they don't harm anybody. But again, if they harm people now, that's one point I want to make about this. If a child is harmed by this therapy, they can still sue for malpractice.
Yeah, but as Wayne Besson, who is really one of the experts on this and whose website and work we will link to in our show note, points out, it's a little late if you're waiting for the harm. You can sue, and you can sue many years later. But really what you want to do is prevent this kind of malpractice from taking place. And I don't think they can do this work under these laws in these states. If they're a religious person, and certified that way, they can. And this woman, I think somewhat disingenuously, refers to herself as a religious practitioner who is helping her patients find their true religious grounding.
Oh my God! I mean, the stuff that she said. I mean, it's stuff about I just want to make them comfortable with their bodies. What the hell does that have to do with you're a boy, you should be going with a girl, all that kind of stuff.
Well, she's saying that she's arguing against transitioning. And saying that she's talking people out of, she's converting them from a trans perspective to a birth gender perspective.
I mean, Justice Gorsuch wrote the decision for the majority, and he said, well, Colorado may regard it as essential to public health and safety. Certainly censorious governments throughout history have believed the same. And then he said, but the First Amendment stands as a shield against any effort to enforce orthodoxy in thought or speech. Well, again, we're not talking about what you believe. We're talking about what is proper professional practice.
Well, I find it just, I would laugh if it weren't so sad, but the idea that any Republican judge in this country would assert that they stand for free speech and against any kind of censorship of thought or speech in this day and age is just so heinous, when books are being banned in libraries and education is being censored in schools and pro-LGBTQ or pro-diversity or pro-inclusion points of view are being wiped out across the board.
Well, the court is busy banning gender-affirming care for minors, right? But what if it is just talk therapy? Does the therapist have the right to talk it out over this under this new decision?
You mean from an anti-trans point of view?
No, I'm saying from a pro-trans. You believe your pro-trans point of view. They're stopping me from affirming this child.
I think it will just take one parent going to court to say, this practitioner is supporting my kids.
Hold it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about parents who want their kids to have this therapy, but they can't get it in a lot of states now.
Well, yes, and they can't get it any medical help with transitioning.
Right. Well, I'm just talking about speech because that's what this is supposedly about.
But it's very screwed up, and it's a terrible decision. And the only good thing is that you can still sue for malpractice, but also this decision has been widely misunderstood by the mainstream press, which says in headlines, in Win for Right, justices reject gay therapy ban.
Or that they've declared conversion therapy, laws against it unconstitutional. And they did
have not. All they said was that the lower courts had mishandled this case, and they sent the case back to the lower courts for consideration with an analysis that says they believe that it is not inappropriate to allow therapists to do this kind of conversion therapy. But it's not a decision against it.
Right.
It is just an opinion, and the case will work its way
And
back
by the
up.
way, this is a law that's never actually been enforced in Colorado. So Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, our hero, she said in her dissent, the single dissent, the court's decision threatens to prevent states from regulating medical care, risking grave harm to America's health and well-being. The Constitution does not pose a barrier to a reasonable regulation of harmful medical treatments just because substandard care comes via speech instead of a scalpel.
So what she's saying is it's perfectly legitimate for a state to ban care that is harmful, that is malpractice,
Of course.
whether it is speech or medical care or whatever.
She says it's based on a view of gender diversity that runs counter to scientific consensus. There's no empirical evidence that shows that conversion therapy works.
And in fact, what the facts show is that people who have been through conversion therapy are twice as likely to have attempted suicide, and that there are all sorts of bad implications for having to suffer this, especially when you're a minor. So
the American Psychological Association is very unsettled by this decision because they engage in talk therapy, but they have standards, and are they allowed to enforce their standards?
We have, for many, many decades, we have controlled the practice of medicine, the practice of how airlines are built, the practice of all sorts of things. We regulate all sorts of work and conduct and devices and everything else in this country for safety. And for a state to say, for the safety of these minor kids, we are banning a practice, this conversion therapy, that we think is deeply harmful, is legitimate.